Hey guys, what's going on? We're gonna have to talk about this stop killing games thing and or the concept of owning games. I put that in air quotes for reasons. So, okay, first off, what is stop killing games? Apparently, some Cliff Notes version because honestly, I'm not gonna do too much digging. I've heard enough of the gist of the um, argument. So basically, there's a petition going around in the EU specifically that if companies are trying to sunset a game or basically make sure that the game is no longer being supported down the line, that they have a way for people to still play and access the game after the servers go offline. Now, as far as I know, that's basically it. That's all of what Stop Killing Games is about. It's just about getting companies to make sure a game is available to play offline. Cool. Let me start with saying I don't have a issue with that initiative. If you guys want to hold on to your Fallout 76s, your Destiny 2s, your Anthems, I'll get the Anthem in a second. Cool, that's fine. I know that some of these games, let me phrase this differently. The games that have already shut down that are basically delisted, games like Multiverses, games like Marvel's Avengers, games like Jump Force, these games had offline components as well as online components, but for the most part, these games were massively, geared on being online only. So, and more to the point too, these games had declining player bases. Like, no one was playing these games, which is why these games end up dying or getting the servers cut off or delisted, because companies will look and say, hey, look at that. No one's playing our game. No one's played it in months, weeks, even a couple weeks after it came out, people just stopped playing it. So why do we even still support this anymore? All right. The video game industry has gotten to the point where there are so many games that exist in this world. We could spend multiple lifetimes trying to play through every single one of them and never finish. Right now, if we just stop making games right now, today, no more games being produced, we would have enough games to keep the human race entertained for as long as it exists. Full stop. We do not need more video games. We do not need, I don't know, 100 plus releases in a year from AAA down to indie. I don't care who it is. The bloat of the industry is what's causing this collapse. People are mad at Xbox because they're laying off game devs. For what? Perfect Dark developers, Everwild developers. I mean, I feel for you if you lost a job. So did everyone else in this country over the last, I don't know, 5 to 7 years. A lot of it's kind of commonplace. If you haven't lost at least one job, are you even really an American at this point? So stop crying about that. I lost a job before. I'm fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You can be broke and still be fine. It's okay. But just know that that part of your life is done, right? Which is fine. I have, I don't know, sympathy, but like, not really. Like, you gotta understand, gaming is meant to be a hobby. It's meant to be fun. But to these people, when I say these people, I mean like, EA executives. This is a business. And when you are not producing money, monetary value, and I mean, let's be real, the economy is so bad right now. No one can afford basic goods, let alone entertainment as frivolous as video games, right? So I understand the need to like want to preserve things. Mind you, we're not talking about things that people actually care about preserving. We're not talking about Fortnites or Call of Duties or Apex Legends or Marvel Rivals. None of those games are ever going to be in danger of being shut down like this. They're not. They're just not. You want to know why? because people are still playing them. It's like there are always going to be people playing these games because they have built that kind of rapport with their audiences. They've built a community. These are the strongest pillars of gaming that exist in this day and age. They are not going anywhere. So the anxiety around the whole stop killing games movement stems from that. It's like, oh, this has happened before in the past. What's stopping them from pulling the plug on something else? And again, let's tangent, sidetrack, sidestep to game ownership. I I think people who are fans of physical games, enthusiasts, and hardcore believers that buying physical media in the year of our Lord 2025 is a way to go. I guess the nicest way to say it is that you're living in the past. That's the nicest way to say it. There are things called, okay, let me put it like this. Anything that's a physical entity will eventually die. If it's made physically, like I don't know. Let me see. Do I even have? I'm gonna try to see if I can find. Here we go. Okay, there is this physical copy of the Hollow Knight game. I don't even actually physically have the game in here. It doesn't matter. But the point is that if the game did exist, it would eventually die. It's a little tiny chip, or a CD, a Blu-ray disc. It doesn't matter. It's gonna die. It will die. Did you hear? It will die. You will die. Everything will eventually not exist anymore. And you have to be okay with that. I'm going to say that one more time. Everything will not exist one day, and you have to be okay with that. So when we talk about ownership of games, right, keep in mind that you own a license to these games, right? Similar to buying a movie, similar to buying music. If I buy, I don't know, Baha Men's Who Let the Dogs Out, right? Do I own that song? Like, can I just freely go around and, I don't know, free use that song in any video I make, or like play it in any park, open venue, concert, whatever? Claim it as my own. This is my song. I know they sing it, but it's mine. I own it. No, you own a license, a copy. If you can, you want to be that way with it. Sure, you can say you own a copy of a thing. Kind of same with the movie, right? Back in my day, when movies were actually made on discs and stuff, uh, and I know this is this is getting into some, oh, you may get, in trouble with YouTube territory, but being a pirate of the Caribbean was commonplace, right? And all that means is that I'm basically taking a disc that I already own, a blank disc that I already own, and making those two things the same thing. That's what we're talking about here, right? But then you have the game. I mean, either way you cut it, you have the game, right? There will be a time. Now, let me put it like this too. If depending on what the game is, if this is a single player game experience, right? And you're like, oh, I just want to physically have the game, stuff like that, whatever. Digitally, if you buy a game digitally versus physically, you still technically just own a license to that game. If you buy it physically, you still just own a license to that game. That doesn't change anything. But if you end up having a game digitally installed on your console, you bought it through the Microsoft store, you bought it through the PlayStation store, you bought it through Nintendo's eShop. It does not matter how you purchased it. If you bought it digitally through the terms and agreements that you have signed, you have that software downloaded as long as you don't uninstall it onto your console. No one on this green earth will ever be able to take that away from you. I need you to hear that. If you bought and downloaded any game, you own that game as long as it is stayed downloaded on that console, that physical piece of hardware that you own, which is akin to having a library of pictures downloaded onto a flash drive or an SD card. Same with music. You can still access and use those things whenever you want to. No one's ever going to take those things away from you. Period. That's how everything in gaming works. Period. I don't know, like, fuck all the bullshit. Anyone telling you anything otherwise, no. That is how game ownership works. You own the things that you bought digitally, physically, or otherwise, as long as it is not tied to a storefront. Now, hear me. If this is a multiplayer game, an always online game, I have to log in now all of a sudden to play the game. Think about what you are doing. You are accessing a server to play the game. So now at this point, we're not talking about a piece of software that's downloaded onto your console. We're talking about you gaining access to a remote server that's nowhere near where you live physically. That's, I don't know, in Guantanamo or Peru or something. It doesn't matter. It's somewhere else in the world. That game can be shut down by their companies. And that's what the Stop Killing Games movement is about. They're like, okay, hey, if these games are in danger, we want to preserve these things. Now, I don't think game preservation is a bad thing, but I believe that the game is structured inherently to be made online. You have to know that this thing will die. It will not live. It only lives because of the online player base, because there are people around to play it. I'll bring this full circle to a specific example of Anthem. Anthem was announced to be shut down by EA, I think, yesterday. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, Anthem's being shut down. Okay, first off, shut the fuck up. You never played Anthem. Second off, you don't care about Anthem. Third off, this game was not even in your vocabulary until you heard about EA shutting this thing down. Let's be honest. No one gives a flying shit about Anthem. No one cared about it when it came out. Everyone's shocked that it's still open now to play. The fact that it's being shut down is literally no skin off of anyone's back. And I'm sorry to the 5-10 people that I know, statistically speaking, are playing the game. I know literally no one's not playing the game. There are a few people statistically who play the game. You guys don't matter. Y'all shouldn't have been touching this anyway. This is a dumpster fire of a game. And to be fair, any game that has been shut down in the last several years, decade plus, whatever, since live service has been a thing, no one's playing these games. So who cares? Sincerely, guys, who cares? I'm asking. Like, please leave a comment down below if you are that person who's still crying about Jump Force. Like, who? What? Or crying about Marvel's Avengers, which I played and beat. I was playing that game up until the day it died. I still don't care they got taken offline. Cool. There are other things in the world to experience. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, the amount of gaming experiences that we're limiting ourselves to with live service games needs to be addressed. If you only play live service games, A, you have a problem, seek help. B, expand, please, for the love of God. Or not, I don't care. But if that's all you care about, is all you do is multiplayer online games, you are enthralled in communities. You can't exist without other people. You're probably uncomfortable being in your own headspace for longer than 5 minutes. If you have to rely on other people to play the game, that's fine. It can get shut off. I don't know why. I don't see how that's controversial. I don't know why that's crazy. The memories that you make with the game and the experience you do have with them should be more than enough. That's it. At the end of the day, these companies are businesses. They don't care about you. EA doesn't, for sure, they don't care about anything but a bottom line. It's kind of any corporation or company. If you're not an indie game developer, you didn't make your game for love. You made it because money. That's it. Period. Y'all need to accept that. Gaming is a business. You use it as a hobby, but it is a business. Just because, you don't make money off of it doesn't mean other people aren't profiting off of your stupidity. So don't be stupid. I'm not telling you to support a game, to not support a game. To be fair, what I'm really telling you to do is finish your damn backlog. But really, stop with all the, the pointing at companies as the bad guys. When in reality, this industry is going to explode. It needs to explode. We are way too big. There are way too many games on the market. There are way too many AAA $100,000 projects that are being put out for what? Like, these companies could be allocating that money, and I'm gonna get political because politics is life. And that's the other part I hate about gamers too. They really love to disassociate. Like, they think gaming is their own little section of like the universe that doesn't get affected by anything else in the world. And it pisses me off. Gamers need to recognize that they live in a world that is volatile and hostile and based off of political landscapes that are frightening, disturbingly fucked up right now. So everything that's tied to the what we consume as human beings in America is going to be affected by this shit, video games included. So yeah, quality is worse across the board. Yes, video games are more expensive. Yes, companies don't care about you. And yes, live service games that you play and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on and even more time on is one day going to not exist. Just like you. But have a good day anyway. Take care.